And good morning. Welcome to Today the Races presented by Fidelity First. I'm Stanton Salter along with our odds maker, Keith Fustel. It's a beautiful Saturday for wintertime racing here
Yes.
in Maryland. See if we can blow up the tote board like we did yesterday. Laurel Road Cap with that big, $85
Yeah.
first out winner.
That horse ran very well. Dueled through fast fractions, shook clear, and held on for dear life late over the Jose Corrales horse that was rallying. And then we had another big price.
Joe F.
Crimson Secret
Yeah.
for Joe F. at 28 to 1. So prices abound early. What we saw in yesterday's card, though, we had a muddy sealed surface. Speed ruled throughout the day's card. We really only saw one horse close significantly. It got up, and that horse had a perfect setup. Dat Melody got up.
Yep.
And, boy, nailed our price horse, Stolen Love. But we had that exact the box for $67. I know you had it in your top four selections. So that was good value.
Nice pick in that nice maiden special weight yesterday. It was a deep, talented field. I went 5 deep in race 4 yesterday. That maiden special weight went 5 deep. Didn't have the Flint Stites gemologist horse. You did.
Yeah.
That was a nice $10 winner.
Stormologist Jock came down and got this horse into good position early. Was hampered by a poor start in its prior race, but boy, a good hustling ride. Took some pressure and kicked away, won by 10. And the firster, Chris Melton, the horse that was a half to Judy the Beauty, I thought still ran considerably well. Good second, looked like kind of was beat at the head of the lane, but was willingly to the wire and was clear of the rest of the pack. But I tried to unearth some good prices today. I couldn't do it. A lot of 3 and 4 to 1 shots.
Well, we're going to do it anyway. Let's get right to it. Some nice carryovers here starting in race 1. We'll have a nice little carryover in the super high 5 with that low 15% takeout, a little over 4,700. That starts in race 1. If they don't hit it in the first race, that'll carry over to the next race with 7 or more entries, and that'll be race 2. Yeah. So keep your eye on that early. Rolling super high 5. Nice little carryover as well in the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. That starts race 4 today on the 9-race program, a little over 2,600. I have a pick 6 ticket starting race 4. You have a middle pick 4 ticket starting in the 4th race. We have a nice card today, a nice maiden special weight early on in the card, race 3. Then we have a nice upper level allowance feature of the day right in the middle of the card, race 5 to kick off that late pick 5. So let's take a look here. Let's show you the track conditions and the weather and everything. There's the track rated as good right now, but it's opened up and it's drying out. We could get to a fast track this afternoon.
I believe so. We've got a pretty good breeze working, maybe 10, 15 mile an hour. We had some gusts last night. Yes, the sun's trying to peek through. I think we could get the fast by the end of this way. Let's just see monitor situation. This is a tricky time of year around here. Stan, it was 60 yesterday?
Right. Yeah.
Down to 30. We're going to drop again the next couple of days. I think high maybe about 22 or 23 on Monday or Tuesday. So, very difficult job for our track maintenance crew. And they've all year in and year out do a great job. I know some of these places lose a track. These guys are solid.
Yeah, they're doing a great job. We're going 6 furlongs here in the opener. This will kick off that rolling super high 5 with the nice carryover, $4,738. There you go. Low 15% takeout. Keep your eye on this. This should be a playable 8-horse field in the opener. They're going to go after this as super high 5. If they don't hit it, they'll carry to the second race. Race 1 also kicks off your early pick 5. Both pick 5s here at Laurel Park. Your best bet with the 12% industry low 12% takeout. Always a mandatory payout here on the early pick 5. We're going 6 furlongs here in the opener. Maiden claiming $10,000 for straight 3-year-olds, and I go to the outside here. The 7, Tap It on the side for trainer Annette Eubanks. Showmore Torres will ride this 3-year-old son of Tap Bazaar. Dropped down to this level last out and just missed. A good effort. Steadied at the start. Came with a wide rally. Just missed by 3/4 of a length. I think gets a nice trip from the outside today.
A good effort, improved effort. Last time out, No Regrets for Now was part of that entry with Sir Mischief, who we're going to see today. That was a Cal Lynch entry, a horse that was dropping and run some better numbers. And Tapping on the side, internals were kind of slow. They weren't, 23-3, 48, but was moving a little bit closer than normal and a little quicker than normal and almost got the lead in mid-stretch and really kept on gamely inside the winner after that trouble beginning. I like Tapping on the side. I think it gets a good setup. If the track plays like yesterday, the speed is going to carry. Day of Reckoning, the 8, and Sir Mischief, they're going to have to catch these two because they're going to be blazing out on the front end. But I think the steady improvement of Tapping on the side, maybe the 11th time, is the charm with a stalking trip.
All right, we're both on the 7. I'll throw a first-time starter into the mix here in my exacta, the 6, Lucky Kick by Lucky Pulpit. That's the sire of California Chrome. Yeah. The dam here, just for kicks. stakes. She was a hard-knocking mare. She won 11 times from 56 starts, 5 times sprinting, 4 times going around the ground. She made $200,000. This is her second foal. So a nice dam on the bottom side here. Bunch of works. Summit Gulfstream, and most recently up here at Laurel Park. Lacey Gaudette recently 20% with her first-time starters and a nice positive ROI. Gets Louis Garcia, who's back in town this winter. Good to see Louis Garcia back in town. He's a former leading rider here in Maryland.
Yeah, very capable rider. Yeah, Lacey, 2 for 9, 4 for 9 in the money with maiden claiming dirt sprinters over the last couple of years. So keep that in mind. It works, not showing a whole lot, not a whole lot to go off of. Kind of on the slower side, but she is certainly capable with her first-time starters. Yeah, I'm going to stick with the 7. I think the 8 of the speed horses might be the one that lasts. We'll get an aggressive ride from Acosta on the outside. But, boy, stopped on its own last time, as did Sir Mischief. No real excuses for either of one of those last time out. Question mark horse. I would think maybe the 1A, El Cachorro, that was part of the entry last time with Island King. Obviously, this is the one that took the money that was bet. Firster by Big Drama, completely eliminated the break when stumbling and steadied. Look for some improvement from that 1A.
All right, soft group here in the opener. We're both on the 7 to kick off the early pick 5. Let's take a look here at the second race to start the early pick 4 here in race 2. We're going 5.5 furlongs, claiming 11,000 3-year-old fillies. The 3, Ruby's Fire, taking a drop in class, and we're going from a bug boy back to the journeyman, Joe Moore Torres, who won on this 3-year-old filly by algorithms. Torres was aboard for the win against Maiden 25,000 Company back late November last fall here at Laurel Park. Got a strong 51 buyer in that win. Hasn't run back to that number. Has been going against Open 25,000 Company. Now takes a big drop here today, and let's see if that's the trick here for Ruby's Fire.
Yeah, Ruby's Fire and the 2, Lucky Stiff for Kieran and jockey George Vargas, look like they come out of the better race. Lucky Stiff, to me, looks like the speed of the speed if they really want to go with her. She made the lead kind of at will, wilted late, but the number still fits, and the drop in class should pick her up. Going to try to make a little bit of amends, some money back off of that claim, a claim 2 back for 25 at Ruby's Fire. I think she's going to finally get a really good trip. She's been hung wide. She was floated out 6 or 7 wide last time, turning for home. She's tactical enough to stay close and go on by any repeat of the 2-back or 3-back try, and she'll get it done today.
I guess I'm a little hard on the 2. I don't use that filly at all. I throw the 5 into my exacta here. Queen to Checkmate, the only 2-time winner in the race. So this 3-year-old filly by plan. She's very honest for trainer Courtney Young, who had 3 wins. I think they were all 3 last fall here at Laurel Park. So small outfit, had a nice fall meet. Luis Rodriguez, the 5-pound bug boy, won on this filly last out. He's back aboard. He's won this filly twice, so she's capable at this level.
Yeah, her last 2 sprints, solid. Flying Phillips, count on Chloe. They're going to be other users in here. Flying Phillips kind of just woke up last time. I don't know where that race came from, but a repeat of it puts her into the mix. And count on Chloe. I'm going to toss the last, kind of awkward at the break, bumped around with another rival. Second time here for Cole and Patterson. I think this horse, the 2-back maiden try is good enough. I think this horse will improve off of its last race. But Lucky Stiff, Ruby's Fire, they come out of the best race.
All right, so we're both in agreement so far on our winners for the early daily double. Let's go with the 7-3 early daily double this afternoon here at Laurel. Here we go, race 3, one of the features of the day. A nice group of 3-year-old fillies here. A maiden special weight. The maiden special weights around here just keep getting tougher and tougher and tougher. This race going 5.5 furlongs, and a popular favorite, I think, in this race is going to be the 3, Dictate Cool. You have 2-1 morning line favored. She's a well-bred, homebred for Sagamore Farm. 3-year-old filly by Curlin. Why did they spend $150,000 to go to Curlin? Well, here's why. The Dam Walk with a Purpose by Candy Ride. She was very good. She won 5 of the 7 races. Good for about $300,000. She was a 3-time stakes winner. She won the Maryland Juvenile Filly Championship here, the Caesar's Wish, and the Wide Country. And then she was 3rd in the Grade 2 Gazelle. She was Maryland-bred 3-year-old filly champion back in her day. So they retired her after the Gazelle, and now this is her first foal. They spent $100,000 to go to Curlin. So this filly bred to be a good one. Some nice works right here at Laurel Park. Steve Hamilton aboard, and Horacio De Paz 32% and a positive ROI with his debut run.
Yeah, it was kind of like process of elimination for me when coming, whittling it all down in this race. You look for some kind of edge, and De Paz just has that edge statistically over the rest of these guys with first-time starters. Not saying that one of these other firsters could be the real deal, but Dictate Cool out of a mare, super good at 2, 3 for 4 at the age of 2. As you said, 5 for 7, and ran pretty quick, got into the mid-80s. I was wondering, why is Steve Hamilton riding this? Well, usually Caramano's ride, but I've heard he's been getting on some horses for Sagamore in the morning, so that's a good indicator for me. That's good enough. I'll take the 3. Dictate Cool. Ferris Allen doesn't win a lot with firsters. This horse is bred to win early. Yes, it's true. Hits with about 15% of the dirt firsters. Out of a mare, Polo Ridge was 3 for 6 sprinting, ran in the mid-80s. I have to Bullet Catcher, who was also a win early kind of a horse and ran pretty quick. So I think Rumor Ridge might be sneaky in here. You might get a little value. Trujillo was named on the Corrales horse to scratch. Eventually goes here. Maybe. Price shot.
A tough assignment for this first-time starter breaking from the inside in the debut. That's why I didn't like the 2, the 5, Finding Perfection, who we both like here. 3-year-old filly by Majestic Perfection, first-time starter for the Mike Trombetta barn. He bats about 16% positive ROI with his debut runners. The Dam, Cottage Link, she was just nothing special. 1 for 7, made 25,000. But she's been a nice producer. She's thrown a couple 6-figure earners. Inch Cape made 210,000, and the Strip made 143,000. So this mare's thrown some runners, and this filly, some nice works up there at Fair Hill. Lasix in debut, and Trombetta's go-to rider, Pimentel.
You got to like the versatility. You looked at those, the offspring. That's nice. I think this horse is going to be one. Majestic Perfection, about 15% with the first-time starters over his career. And looking at the entry, the Kenny Decker entry, Pantyhose regressed in numbers but didn't run too bad. It's a doozy. Was a long shot that beat her last time. I'm interested in the 1-8 Bayou's Legacy, drawing to the outside. By Here No Evil, this mare, Awesome Bell, 5 for 19 on the dirt, made 425,000, ran close to a 90 buyer, a stakes winner on the turf, the dirt. This horse could be all right. I know the problem is Kenny Decker over the last 5 years, he's 0 for 11 with the first one. Doesn't run a ton of firsters.
Right.
But we've seen a couple run well around here, hit the board. This horse could be all right. I like the breeding on this horse, this 1-8.
And the other part of the entry, Pantyhose ran well coming off the layoff. A good third against a tough group, maiden special weight. Now second off the layoff. They take the blinkers off the 1 Pantyhose. So we both like the Kenny Decker entry here in the third. Nice maiden special weight here early on in the car. Let's get a quick commercial break. We have a carryover in that 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6, over 2,600. That starts in race 4. I have a ticket for that. You like the middle pick 4. Commercial break right after this.
The best bets at Laurel Park are the Pick 5s, and we have 2 of them. The early Pick 5 starts in race 1 and is a mandatory payout. The late Pick 5 is the last 5 races of the day and has carryover potential. Both Pick 5s at Laurel Park have an industry-low 12% takeout. The Pick 5s at Laurel Park, your best bet.
Okay, welcome back. Today the race is presented by Fidelity First, Keith Fustel. I'm Stan Salter. The sun is coming out. Track rate is good right now, but it's breezy, it's sunny. Hopefully we can get to a fast track sometime about mid part of the card perhaps. But let's take a look here at race 4 to kick off the 20-cent Rainbow Pick 6. Today's carryover, $2,624 in the Pick 6. I have a ticket, $48 ticket. Let's see if I can get live in this first leg. I'll go 5 deep again here in race 4, just like I did yesterday. A maiden claiming $40,000 for going 6 furlongs. I like the 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, with my top pick being the 7, Evil Monkey, a second-time starter from the Benny Perkins barn with Forrest Boyce aboard. But going 5 deep here in this maiden 40 to kick off the Pick 6. My best bet of the day comes in our allowance feature of the day, a 2 other than allowance going 5.5 in race 5. And I like the 4, Mr. Benz from Claudio Gonzalez barn. Joe Moore Torres rides a 6-year-old son of Ghost Sapper. Won at this level last out. He's right back in for $25,000. I like the 4, Mr. Benz, my single here on this ticket. I'll go 3 deep in that nice allowance race there in the 6th race, the 1A, 2 in the 6. Race 7, I like Claudio Gonzalez at 5-1 on the outside. The 11, Expectations. I'll use the 5, Turban as well. And then it's a nice Maryland-bred allowance race in race 8. Sagamore Farm and Horacio De Paz, they could have a big day today. They have the first-time starter in race 3, and they have Shoe Love Shoe coming off the layoff in race 8. I like the 2, Shoe Love Shoe, along with the 4, Eastern Bay, going 4 deep there in the finale. That's a tough beaten nickel. 4 deep there, 2, 3, 4, 8. So Pick 6 starts in race 4. The middle Pick 4 starts here as well. Let's take a look at your ticket.
Yeah, middle Pick 4. I'm going to take a stab at that Pick 6. Good little carryover today.
Yep.
No slam dunk singles. I think in the progression, Stan, you got to play this Pick 6, and I'm going to take a shot at the middle Pick 4 as well. Fourth race gets you started with the 6 Belfour and the 7 Evil Monkey. 3 deep in the fifth with the 1, the 4, and the 7. Can Concordia's Way run that race back? Boy, that was huge. Sixth race, the 1A, the 2, and the 6. Dan, I think we're in agreement right there in the 6. And the seventh race, the 5, 10, 11, and 12. Scratch the 6, a big scratch out of race 7, who I believe was going to be the favorite. The 6, Link Appleyard, is now out. That's a $36 middle pick 4 ticket. Maybe a little bit more than I would like, but stringing it together, I don't see any huge, 7 to 5s, 8 to 5s on the stretch. So you combine a couple 3 to 1s, you're still going to get a good payout.
All right, so lots of action here in race 4. It's going 6 furlongs, maiden claiming 40,000, 4-year-olds and upward. We have a video spotlight here on the 7, Evil Monkey. My top pick here. This 4-year-old son of Don 6 gets a much better outside post today. Let's see the debut effort here. Here's a start from December 3rd.
Evil Monkey bet down the favoritism in debut. I like this horse. The day ducked in off slowly, as we've seen it time and time again. Horses have a lot of trouble with that 6, 7 furlong distance stand breaking from the rail. It's a lot to overcome, and this horse is same for the case. It was not going to be able to do it. Captain Scotty, a firster, ran off the screen. That was a Tim Ritchie horse, if I'm not mistaken. Has this horse run back? I don't know if Captain Scotty has run back, but Evil Monkey makes a nice, steady progression into contention to the half-mile pole, but not really getting a clear trip. You see Baisano having to kind of steady along and wait for room, just kind of throttling any kind of significant run out of Evil Monkey. Is going to drop back, lose a couple lengths on the turn, probably about 6, 7 lengths out of it with 3/8 to go, but continues on willingly to the wire. This horse stays inside. We watched it all the way through, it was kind of like Stormologist yesterday.
Right. Yeah.
Watch the reruns, watch it all the way through. These horses, it looks like they're losing a little bit of a ground, maybe from the 8th pole home, but visually they're giving an effort, and that's what you like to see. Evil Monkey was doing that. My biggest question, why the $40,000 tag?
After that maiden special weight, now he's in for the tag. Yeah, well, Benny Perkins been playing a little poker here.
Yes, he will.
Let's see if we're both on the 7 Evil Monkey here to win the race. I like the 6. We both have the 7-6 exacta here. Belfour with Rosario Montanez with another win yesterday. Won the 38 go last Monday, and this horse a good third against maiden special weight company at 7 to 1. Probably got a lot of experience out of that race. Now his second start, 4-year-old son of Super Saver here for Cal Lynch, should get a nice trip from the 6 hole.
That Cobb took over, came out of that race, right? The Captain Scotty race, and came back and ran a good one. Cobb was for Reed. Good figure. You see that buyer, 64 for Belfour. Very respectable for this class. Getting away with it with the Maryland bred, running in this kind of 40. So maybe a little bit softer spot. I think Belfour is going to stretch out and appreciate maybe a mile and a 16th. Not saying that he can't win it today. If you go back and watch the gallop out, you see it in my extended footnote. This horse really kicked on well out into the far turn. Into the backstretch in the gallop out. Belfour, I think, is going to be a nice one down the road. Late to the races, but patience sometimes works out.
It's a tricky race here. I throw the 8 Campari into the mix here. 8 to 1. You get Javion Toledo on this 4-year-old son of Henny Hughes. Second-time starter here for Katie Voss. A useful debut against maiden. 25 came 5 wide. Got up for third that day. Now a confident step up here to the maiden 40. Toledo will get a nice trip on the outside. Horse will probably have a little more improved speed here in his second start.
Yeah, went into a little flattening the last 3/16 of a mile, but enough to warrant a shot in this race. I don't think this is a huge step up. Malibu at midnight for Ferrier intrigues me a little bit out of the Roy Hussar race. Roy Hussar came off of that win to run a good 74 number next time out. This was his second time gelding for Ferrier, and he's good, second off the claim. Ferrier, 4 for 18 and 10 for 18 in the money, second after claim with his dirt runners over the last 2 years, ROI of 350. Take that into consideration. Malibu at midnight, I think, is going to hold form for that connections of Ferrier and James Wolfe. But I like Evil Monkey.
Let's get the Evil Monkey up here.
The funky monkey.
The 4. Let's take a look here. Race 5 to kick off the late pick 5. No carryover. Industry low, 12% takeout. Starts in race 5, going 5.5 furlongs. And this is a nice allowance feature of the day, right in the middle of the card. A 2 other than allowance condition. Optional claiming 25,000. We have a video spotlight here on the 9-year-old. Servers for 10, number 7, coming off a long layoff. Here's the race from July 24th, 2016.
Yeah, and this guy, you got to love it. 9 years old now and just, relishes any kind of speed in a race, and he's going to get it today. I know he's been off a long, long time, but look at this race. Good internals, 22 and change, 46 flat, rolling about 7 wide as service for 10 to go away by about 4. Didn't want to switch leads, but the old guy's just running fast. He's running hard. You got to like it. And, I happen to see a guy by the name of Mark Lapidus strolling in here. He usually is in Florida. Yeah, he wants to come up to this freezing weather. Yeah, we saw him early. Could that be a tell? That might be a tell. I did see him.
Okay, all right.
He was trying to disguise himself, but he could not get away.
I saw him at Gulfstream earlier this week, so he must have flown up the last day or two.
Yeah.
Mark Lapidus. All right, well, good to see him up here.
Yeah, you gotta love this old horse.
I use the old timer in my top 4. He's coming off a long layoff today, but a couple nice 5 furlong workouts here at Laurel for Mike Juralis and service for 10. But I like the 4 here, Mr. Benz, to do exactly what he did last time at this level. This looks like a nice claim for Claudio Gonzalez. Got the horse for $16,000. They got this horse for, and a couple seconds, and then a nice 2 other than allowance win last out. He's 6 for 7 in the money here at Laurel with 3 wins. Torres will get a nice trip breaking in the middle of the pack here from the 4 hole. I like the 4, Mr. Benz, to repeat back-to-back winners today.
He is clearly the horse to beat. You've got speed with the 2, Will He Be Mine? 3, Vim, just straight to the front. Jarvis Steele, Hip Schmidt. These guys want the lead. Mr. Benz, he's really turned into a good horse, and he's holding form for Gonzalez. Concordia's way, I'm going to try a little bit, better price. I think he's going to be a little bit higher in that 4-to-1 range, like I've got him lined last time out. Put it all together. Second off the layoff. Well, third off the layoff, Robbie Bales does pretty well. 18% over the last couple years. Concordia's way, he's run well for this kind of condition in the past. He's run in the lower 80s against stolen level, horse that's run big and ran big yesterday. I think Concordia's way has that kind of speed. He's going to draft up, maybe get a jump on Mr. Benz. But he's going to have to hold him off that and service for 10. Service for 10 was hard for me to line. I got him line 7-2. Could be around there. Could be a little bit higher.
I guess the one's going to have to break well to get a good trip. I don't see him getting a good trip in here. But you got Toledo aboard. If he breaks sharp, maybe he can be right there second or third and get a good stalking trip. You hope to not see him covered up, buried in traffic early on.
Right. He just buried that field last time. Now, granted, that was a softer bunch.
Right.
He did what he was supposed to do, but he ran even better than I really thought he was going to do. I didn't think he'd just whistle like that.
All right, so nice upper-level allowance feature of the day here in race 5 to kick off the late pick 5. Let's take a look here. Let's see, we have 3 nice allowance races here today. Race 6, a nice first-level allowance condition to kick off the late pick 4. We're going a flat mile. The 6, Jump, Jive, and Whale, I think is going to be the benefactor of an early speed duel between the 2, Grecian Prince, and the 1A, Abdar. Scratch the 1, Awesome Bill, but the 1A, Abdar, does run for Scott Lake, and I think Grecian Prince and Abdar are going to go out there early on and set it up for a closer like the 6, Jump, Jive, and Whale. Looking for back-to-back wins here at Laurel Park. This horse is a 4-time winner at Laurel Park, a 2-time winner going a mile. I think Mary Epler has the 5-year-old son of Jumpstart in good form right now. Gomez was aboard for the win last out, and he's back aboard today. We both like the 6.
Yeah, dawdling fractions in that 1/8 racetrack, a little slower that afternoon. The 2-back try, though, good. Hammer and Hammer ran his race, kind of ran off the screen. He came back to run a 96 up in New York, but Jump, Jive, and Whale is in the form of his life now out of that really nice mare, Snunner. As you said, Grecian Prince, Abdar, I don't think they're going to let each other get too far away.
Right.
They could set up in their own little match race up top. Not saying that they can't hang around because both of them have some heart. They can stay around a long, long way. But Jump, Jive, and Whale, when he got beat by Grecian Prince back in September, he had a tougher trip. He's going to be able to sit and let a battle develop up in front and maybe close in and get him.
All right, I like it.
All
Cold super there. 6-2, 1A, 3 in race 6. Let's turn the page. Race 7's a big field, and we had a big field yesterday for a beat nickel, and it was our biggest handle of the day. So expect a big handle here in race 7 to kick off the final pick 3. We're going 7 furlongs, claiming 5,004 and up. Haven't won a race in 6 months. Never won 4. I go to the outside here, and since it's a big field, we'll get 5-1 here on the 11. Expectations from our leading trainer Claudio Gonzalez barn. This horse been right there his last 2 starts. A sharp win 3 starts ago, and then a good 4th and a very good second last out at this level. 3-time winner here at Laurel Park. Torres will get a nice come from behind trip on the outside here of the 11. Expectations in race 7. I guess you guys want to show the stat first. All right, show the stat on Turpin. Here we go.
Yeah, here's Turpin, who's who's going to be, I think, right around favoritism. I think the favorite could go about 3-1, 7-2 in here. Expectations, Turbin, Vanderbilt is going to take some play. But here's a little stat for Lacey Gaudet over the last 2 years. 3 for 9, 6 for 9 in the money with dirt runners making their third start after a layoff, running for 10,000 or less, holding these older guys together. ROI 286. And even expand that a little bit more, she's good. This is her kind of angle right now, third start after a layoff. I think Turbin is in really, really good form. Another old-timer, 8-year-old. We got service for 10. The 9-year-old today. And Turbin's actually showing a little bit more speed than he's ever shown. That shows me he's sharp right now. Got beat by a good horse. Goodbye, see you later. One of Kieran McGee's runners last time out. Runs a very good 71. I like the 7 for a long distance for this horse. Not a blazing pace is going to be up front, which is going to leave him and Expectations ready to pounce probably by mid-turn.
I like the 5 Turbin. I have him in the exact. He's a quirky horse to ride, it looks like. It doesn't look like he's the easiest horse to ride. He kind of does his own thing. We're going from a bug boy on this horse the last 4 starts now to a journeyman rider, Elvis Trujillo. So that could be a positive rider change here for the 5 Turbin. We both like here. And it's 11-5 for me, 5-11 for you. And then we both like the 12 here on the far outside. The 12, Banner Bill, a good second, dropping to this level. Last out, the 9-year-old's made a bunch of money. Wow, 13-time winner. He's made over $500,000. 0 for 7 here at Laurel Park. But the X-Man, Xavier Perez, got the money yesterday. He's on Banner Bill for Jerry Robb.
He's going to be part of the guys doing the dirty work up front, and nobody really has a shake. They're in super quick fractions, internal fractions. This horse is a stayer. He's going to hang around. He's going to – if he's going to win, I think he's going to be life and death to hold off the closers, like Expectations, like Turbin. And we agree, I think your price shot to take is the 10, cooking up a storm for Jerry Brooks.
Yeah, this horse will run better today. He likes it here at Laurel Park. Fairgrounds, that's a tough meet to ship down there. Jerry was down there and brought the horses back up here this winter. Jerry Brooks did well here this past winter, and we know Louis Garcia does well here. So, I think the 10 cooking up a storm, a live long shot here to get back in better form, getting back to his home track here. So, big field here in race 7. We'll have a nice big handle to kick off the late pick 3. Here we go, another nice allowance race in race 8 to kick off the late daily double, a first level allowance contest for Maryland breds going 6 furlongs, and the Maryland bred homebred for Sagamore Farm, number 2, Shoe Love Shoe, coming off a long layoff, an 11-month layoff here for this 4-year-old son of Frisian Fire out of a Tiz Now mare. Tiz Then, the mare, she was 1 for 7, made $55,000. She was stakes place. Shoe Love Shoe's a half brother to Tiz Gal, who's made over $100,000. This horse, I heard good things about him last winter, and they went up to Aqueduct and got the money on him in a maiden special weight up there. Respectable 4th in the Jimmy Winkfield last February. They gave him a long break since then. This is his 4-year-old debut. 3 nice bullet workouts coming into this race, including a bullet half mile, 47-1 on January 7th. That's a serious work, fastest of 7 works that day, but that's a serious time here working in the morning.
I'm thinking it's got a sibling running tomorrow or Monday, if I'm not mistaken.
Tisgal? Maybe made 100,000. That's the only sibling I know.
I thought there was one other one, maybe a first. I'll have to double check. But anyhow, Shoe Love Shoe, that final time in the debut run back in January of 2017, equal to state bred allowance non-winners and one other than. So good enough for me. If the track plays like it did yesterday, Shoe Love Shoe is going to be right on the edge, and they're going to have on the catch. But this is not an easy spot to come back. Horses that are holding good form, Tricky Lion, Eastern Bay, they're not going to let this horse get too far away by the time they hit the top of the stretch. If you're looking for value, let's look at the 5 Magician's Calendar. Tromby did that move I hate in good form back in the spring. Let's go to the turf.
Right.
Plenty of time to regroup. Parade of Nations is a horseman competitive and allowance company. Look at that stat, though. Plus 180 days, layoff, 25-horse sample, 36% with an ROI of $4. I think this horse is the legitimate closer in the race.
I didn't pay him too much attention, but you make a good case for him. And, Trombetta good coming off the layoff. A nice bullet work from the gate. 3 furlongs January 10th here at Laurel Park. We both like the 4 a little bit here. Eastern Bay looks like he's rounding back into good form. That last race was a 3rd race back off a layoff, a good second behind Balivore. Looks like this half-brother to John Jones, Eastern Bay. He's a half-brother to John Jones. Looks like he's getting in good form right now. Elvis Trujillo aboard for Ferris.
Yeah, he's kind of figuring it out right now. He's in his top form, and shortening up a furlong could be the key for him.
We're both hard on the 1 Tricky Lion, beaten favorite at this level the last 2 starts, and going to get bounced around around down there, breaking from the inside today, I think.
Yeah, what kind of trip is he going to get? If Shoe leads, he's got enough to get in position, but hopefully he can rake comfortably enough to make a move and then have enough late to hold off anybody who's going to close in. He's going to need a perfect ride by Sheldon.
All right, let's turn the page here. A nice, tough beat nickel in the 9th and final race, going 5.5 furlongs, claiming 5,000. Haven't won 2 in 6 months, never won 5. This is a tough condition. We have a video spotlight here on the 3, Risky Guy. Here's Risky Guy, a 8-year-old son of Jumpstart who's made almost 300,000. Here's the last race, December 23rd.
And that open 75, and basically there you saw it eliminated at the break. Any significant chance he had was taken away from him. He comes out straight, maybe a touch rank, but the outside horse leans in, drifts in, bumps and slams, and then he has to steady. Does Perez. We're going to get Acosta today. Risky Guy going for the first time in a long while, getting a condition stand, and I think that's going to be the key for him and the 5.5 furlong distance. You see him rush up into contention, into an okay pace, not too demanding, 23:47 and change. He just does not kind of have any significant stretch run. That's good enough, guys. He kind of fizzles out through the lane, pretty even. But this drop into the condition is going to be the ticket, I think. It's now or never maybe for Risky Guy. This guy is giving it his all. 59 starts, 15 wins.
Hopefully we both have a big day today because we're
right around a lot of the same horses.
We're on a bunch of similar winners here today. Hopefully the drop is the key for the 3, Risky Guy, to get back in good form. I throw the 2, Troubled Waters. Jerry Brooks and Louis Garcia, they're going to pop early on here in this meet with a couple nice price winners. And the 2, they have the other cooking up a storm in earlier. The 2, Troubled Waters. It's an okay ho-hum 4th last out against Beat Nickel Company at the fairgrounds. 4th behind a horse, the winner that would come back to win. Troubled Waters gets back up here to a track where he's had some success on. 8 for 15 in the money. Only 1 win here at Laurel Park. He fits this level, and I think runs a decent race here.
Yeah, P Shooter Pro came back to run a 74 next time out. My biggest concern, 0 for 19 on a fast main track, which I think it could get to that this later on the card. He's going to need a setup. I think he's going to find himself a little further back today. He'll be running late. Hunger's quick. What do you do with Hunger for Tesori? Horse was off a 3-year layoff, if I'm not mistaken, and came back and ran big, but then kind of dropped off. And hasn't been seen since July. Malibu Sunset. There's going to be an honest pace in here, no doubt.
Never stop looking. The beaten favorite at this level the last 2 starts. That's why I couldn't pick him on top. Probably why you didn't pick him on top either. But he looks like the logical main threat in here for your leading trainer, Claudio Gonzalez.
Yeah, he's burned me the last couple. I think you'll get a little bit better value than what he's been the last 2 races.
That horse and Malibu Sunset, beaten favorite the last 2 starts as well.
Yeah, but never stop. He'll run this race. He'll be right into the mix. Yep.
All right, so big field in the 9th race. We'll have a big handle there as well. They love the beaten nickels around here. Nice carryover in that pick 6. That starts in race 4, a little over 2,600. Nice big carryover in the first race for that rolling super high 5, a little over 4,700. Keep your eye on that. They'll go after it a little bit in the first race. If they don't hit it in the first race, then they'll really go after it in the second.
Yeah, I think you'll see it pumped up probably 8,000-10,000. You would think in the first, and if they don't hit it, boy, it'll be a good shot in race number 2. Not an easy race, 1 or 2. So good luck to you if you're going to dive in on the super high 5. I saw 2 guys walking by here that play a lot of money. Pump the handle up. They might be into that early pick 5.
The sun's coming out. They've been doing a lot of good work on the track. It's rated as good now, but I'm saying by mid-afternoon, a good shot to get to a fast track.
Yeah, I like how it's clearing out. I think so. The Harrow's been kind of coming out regularly. The clouds are parting. The sun's coming out. Looks like a beautiful day, and I think a little bit of this cool will tighten this track up a little bit.
Yep, it's just what we need. All right, we're out of time. Good luck. Dave Robin coming up next with today's Scratches and Changes.
Good luck.